Buckle up, everybody, because today we are doing a deep dive into something that could be pretty dry.
Yeah.
But we're going to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Payroll. More specifically, Odoo 18 payroll features.
That's right.
Yeah.
Odoo 18 has a whole bunch of new features for payroll, and
I got to say, I was pretty excited to see these.
yeah.
Because, I mean, every year, you hear about, oh, Odoo is improving this, that, and the other thing. But payroll
Yeah.
really stood out to me this year.
Totally. I think it's a really exciting update. And for me, what's exciting about it is it really feels like a shift towards a people-first approach to payroll.
Yeah.
Odoo 18, it's not just about crunching numbers. It's about recognizing that your payroll system actually impacts your employees in a very real way. And, you can really leverage that to improve your business.
Okay, so I love that idea of people-first payroll.
Yeah.
But can you, break that down for me a little bit? What does that actually look like in practice?
Yeah, so think about this. Imagine your employees, they have the power to customize their own benefits packages.
Whoa, okay.
Right. So, maybe they want to take an extra week of vacation this year so they can pursue, a passion project. Or maybe they want to adjust their salary slightly to prioritize retirement savings.
Okay.
Odoo 18 gives employees that kind of flexibility.
I mean, that's a huge shift.
It is a huge shift.
Because that would actually empower the employees to kind of take some control of their payroll and their benefits.
Absolutely. And I think when you give employees that kind of control, you're going to end up with happier, more engaged employees.
Absolutely happier employees, productive employees.
Exactly. And for you as the employer, that translates into improved retention rates, a stronger employer brand, and, in this competitive job market, being able to offer that level of personalized benefits could be a really big differentiator.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes good business sense at the end of the day, but let's be honest, payroll can be a little bit of a minefield.
It can be.
I've definitely had those heart-stopping moments.
Oh, yeah.
When I'm scrambling to fix an error at the last minute or something like that.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah. So how does Odoo 18 kind of address that fear?
So that's where Odoo 18's custom warnings come in.
Okay.
Think of it as an early warning system for potential issues.
Right.
So, expiring contracts, missing bank info. You can set up alerts for anything that could, potentially cause problems down the line.
That's a really good point, because I'm thinking about I can set up a custom warning for when, an employee's birthday is coming up.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So we can, get them a cake.
Sure.
And take that opportunity to celebrate.
Absolutely.
But is there a risk of going overboard with this? What if you have so many warnings popping up that it's just white noise?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
You don't want to create what we call alert fatigue.
Right, exactly.
You want to catch the critical issues without overwhelming yourself or your team with unnecessary alerts. So the key is to prioritize. Think about those high-impact areas that could have legal or financial repercussions if something goes wrong.
Okay, so it's about working smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
And speaking of working smarter.
Yes.
Didn't I hear something about Odoo 18 getting a user interface makeover?
Yes, they have redesigned the interface to be more intuitive and user-friendly.
Okay.
So think centralized payroll tabs, easy-to-navigate buttons. Everything is designed to be accessible, even if you're not a payroll expert.
Awesome, because I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but I've definitely spent way too much time
Oh, for sure.
hunting through menus and sub-menus, trying to find what I'm looking for
You gotta learn.
in previous versions of Odoo. So I appreciate that. And then also, I really like this new feature where you can actually see all your year-to-date payroll data
Yes.
in one place.
It's fantastic for getting that big picture overview.
Exactly. And you can even customize the start date
You can.
for your calculations.
Exactly, which is great.
So you're not limited to just the calendar year.
Yeah, you have a lot of control over your analysis.
So that's really powerful for reporting and strategic planning.
Absolutely.
But let's talk about the nitty-gritty details.
Okay.
Like pay slips and reports, because
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
those can be a headache.
It can be.
Especially when you're dealing with different, regulations and formats.
Absolutely. And this is an area where Odoo 18 really shines.
Okay.
You can customize your pay slips and batch reports to meet specific regulatory needs. So whether you're dealing with 𝗖𝗶, which stands for Single Euro Payments Area,
Okay.
or 𝗙𝗍𝐻, which is the National Automated Clearinghouse Association, or even your own custom CSV format, Odoo 18 has you covered.
Wow. So no matter where you operate or what format you need,
Exactly.
Odoo can handle it.
Odoo 18 can handle it.
That's great. And then also I heard something about being able to create your own salary rules. Is that true?
Yes, that's right. So imagine being able to define your own salary rules without writing a single line of code.
Whoa. Okay, hold on.
It's pretty amazing.
Back up. So I don't have to be a programmer to create my own salary rules.
You don't need to be a programmer. You don't need to know any code.
That's amazing.
You can just use Odoo's intuitive interface to set up the rules that make sense for your business.
Wow, it sounds like Odoo 18 has taken away a lot of those manual, time-consuming tasks that used to just bog down payroll departments.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
And speaking of time savers, let's talk about overtime.
Okay.
Odoo 18 handles overtime seamlessly, whether you prefer automatic calculations or manual input. And it even factors in allowances and deductions to ensure accurate, real-time data.
That's amazing. And then also, thinking about how this all ties into the accounting system.
Yes.
Because that's another potential headache.
It is.
Right, having to manually transfer all that information.
Yeah, so the good news is that Odoo 18 integrates seamlessly with your existing accounting software.
Okay.
So it automates journal entries, streamlines reconciliation.
So it's like a direct line between the payroll and the accounting.
There's no need for manual data entry.
And that, of course, reduces errors.
It does.
Which is really the main thing we want to avoid.
Absolutely.
Right, so it's not just about making payroll easier. It's about creating this more efficient, more accurate, and frankly, less stressful experience.
Yeah, exactly.
For everybody involved.
Less stress is always a good thing.
Less stress is a great thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with Odoo 18, you're not just managing payroll. You're really leveraging it as this strategic tool to optimize your workforce and drive business growth.
I think that's a great way to put it.
That's amazing. And I think, we've really seen how all these features come together to create this more holistic, people-centric approach.
They do.
To payroll. So my question to you listening out there is, how could these features change the way that you approach payroll and employee management?
Yeah, that's something to think about.
What new possibilities open up when you have a system that's this intuitive and adaptable?
Right.
That's definitely something I'm going to be pondering myself.
Yeah.
And with all this talk about automation and efficiency, how can businesses ensure that they maintain a human-centric approach to payroll and employee management in this age of increasingly sophisticated technology?
That's a great question.
That's something I'll be thinking about for sure. And as always, thanks for joining me for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Into Odoo 18.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And we'll catch you next time.
See you later.